Hello, welcome to our webcast. Our subject today will be perfect competition, more specifically the short-run competitive equilibrium and shutdown condition. So, perfect competition is a market structure in which there are many firms who sell more or less identical products and who are considered to be price takers. What does this mean? So, by firms being price takers, that means that they sell at a price which is equal to the firm's marginal cost, which is then equals to their marginal revenue. And price taking is one of the four conditions for perfect competition, and we will see that this will more or less be efficient for both parties, so the consumers and the producers. So by these firms producing at a market price, they are then producing at the market equilibrium price, which means that there is an allocative efficiency, which can be understood as there being no more mutually beneficial gains for exchange because all of them have been exhausted through charging a price which is equal to their marginal cost. This is said to be one of the most efficient market structures because by charging a price equals to their marginal cost, the consumers are not paying more than what the producers have paid in terms of their resources to produce. So then this is good. This is very efficient. However, in this webcast, we will only be focusing on the short run, which means that we won't be taking into consideration the fixed costs because if they are taken into account, this will be the reason for any costly exits of firms during the short run, at least. Just to clarify, we will explain this with a graph showing the relationship between the average variable cost, the marginal revenue, the average total cost, and the price. Okay, so if we could take a look at the graph. So on the y-axis is the price, and on the horizontal or x-axis is the output Q. Here we would like to give you three examples of three different prices. At P1, we are able to see that the price here, the green horizontal line, is above the average variable cost curve, which is the blue curve. In a situation like this is very good. The firm is able to produce and also gain positive profits, or at least a profit, and so this is good. The firm can continue doing what it's doing. At P2, we can see that the price has decreased and is now between the average variable cost and the average total cost. What happens in this kind of situation? Well, basically, the firm is producing economic losses. However, we'll do better to continue producing at that rate instead of shutting down abruptly and having to go through a costly exit because there still will be the fixed cost involved. At P3, we can see that the price is a lot lower now and is below the average variable cost. This is the shutdown condition for a perfectly competitive firm. Because the price is lower than the average variable cost, the firm cannot make up for all its expenses and its costs. Therefore, we'll do better to stop producing and exit the industry. So, to summarize what has just been said through this graph, the most important thing to know is that the shutdown condition for a perfectly competitive firm is when their price is lower than their average variable cost. As I've said before, if the price is between the average variable cost but still lower than the average total cost, the firm is producing an economic loss. When price is equal to the average total cost, this is the break-even condition. And when price is higher than the average total cost, that means that the firm is making economic profit. Okay, let's try to better understand this through an exercise that we will do together. So a firm faces the following production function. TC equals 0.2 Q squared minus 5Q plus 30. and a marginal cost function of MC equals 0.4Q minus 5. At a price of 6, what quantity should the firm produce? What is its profit, and should it shut down? Okay, so our first step here would be, in order to find the quantity, would be to equate P with marginal cost, because the price that the firm is selling is equal to their marginal cost. So MC 0.4Q minus 5 equals 6. And through this, we are able to find Q. So we substitute 6 into P. So 6 equals 0.4Q minus 5. Therefore, 0.4Q is equals to 11. And Q is 11 over 0.4, which is 27.5. So now we have Q, which is equal to 27.5. The next question is, what is its profit? What is the profit that the firm is making? So profit is equals to total revenue minus total cost. And here we already have the price and we already have the quantity. So for total revenue, it's P times Q. So 6 times 27.5 minus the total cost. What we do is we take the Q and we substitute it into the total cost function that we had in the question. So it would be 0.2 times 27.5 squared minus 5 times 27.5 and plus 30. The total revenue is 165 and the total cost is 43.75. And to find the profit, we just have to subtract 43.75 from 165, which is equals to 121.25. So the last question is, should the firm shut down or should it continue producing? So as we can see from the calculation of the profit, that 121.25 is a positive number. So from here we can see that the firm is making a positive economic profit. However, we would like to prove that to you using the average variable cost equation, which is total cost over the quantity produced. And here we are actually going to not take into consideration the plus 30 within the total cost function, because this is the fixed cost. And because we're in the short run, we're just going to dismiss that for now. So the total cost function will be 0.2 Q squared minus 5Q. And the quantity is Q. So here, dividing that, it will be 0.2Q minus 5. We then substitute the Q by 27.5. So 0.2 times 27.5 minus 5 is equal to 0.5. Okay, so the average variable cost is 0.5 and the price is 6. As I said before, as we've mentioned when we were talking about the graph, that when the price is lower than the average variable cost, the firm should shut down. In this case, 0.5 is smaller than 6, so the average variable cost is smaller than the price, which means that the firm should not shut down because they're making a positive profit and should continue producing. Thank you for watching our webcast. We hope that was clear enough for everyone and hope to see you soon. Bye.